Hey everybody, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations. We just want to thank everybody for watching our Mecum video last week. We did kind of a, synopsis of what happened down there, and we got a bunch of new subscribers this week, and the video had a bunch of views, so we thought we'd do a little follow-up on it. We're going to do one more car here, and then some follow-up on one of the other cars we did, the headline car, the $160,000 Duster. So we'll do a follow-up on that. So well, here we go. We'll start with the A12 Floral top car, not the mod top car. So the other car we wanted to highlight here was the 1969 Dodge Super Bee. This is an A12 car, which basically was a drag racing package from Chrysler back in the day. It came out in halfway through 69, had bare steer wheels and chrome lug nuts and fiberglass hood, and it was the 440 six-pack. And this is a Dodge, so it's a six-pack. The Plymouth one was 6-barrel. Super cool car, but what makes this one special is it has what's called a floral top. Plymouth name is mod top. That's what it's more known for, but super cool car. It's the only one known out there, and I mean, A12 cars are cool. The floral top just brings it over the top. And then what the other part is, the crazy part is, this thing sold for $264,000, which is, I don't know what the world record is on an A12 car, but this one has to be pretty close. I mean, that is insane money for this car, no matter what you do. I mean, obviously the floral top is popular, the A12 car is popular. There's a lot going on here, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. But what's really crazy is what this car started out as. So this is what this car started out as. Is you can see it was a pretty rough project. Shouts to Nigel Mills from National Moparts up in Canada. I'm pretty sure that's him in the picture, and he's the one who saved it. But as you can see, this car was wrecked hard. I mean, like, rolled. There's no front end on it. It needed some serious work to be restored. So it's just interesting that a car got this much money and it started out in such bad condition. So, the word rebody was thrown about the internet. I don't know. That's not my purview. I don't know how much metal was saved. I don't know how much metal wasn't saved. But regardless, it was a car from Ontario that was a pretty rusty car to start out with. Obviously, the restoration looks gorgeous. Looks like they did a fantastic job on it. But still, $264,000 for a 1969 A12 car is insane. Even, I'm not saying, I don't know, obviously the restoration quality was pretty good. It's a very rare car. It's the only known floral top A12 car. That's one of the most high dollar options. It's just like in 70 with a pink car. Everybody loves a pink car. They're worth a bunch more money. Same thing in 69. If you got a floral top car or a mod top car with the flower pattern top and the flower interior, I mean, everybody loves that. They're super popular. But, I mean, wow. I mean, that is just crazy money for this car. So let me know what you think on this one. Absolute crazy price. Do you think it's reasonable for this car? Do you think the rarity matches what the color was? It's probably the best color for an A12 car, at least in my opinion. I love the spring green. Obviously, the mod top is pretty neat, and A12 cars are cool. 410 Dana, 6-pack, steel wheels, all about racing. I'd love to know what everybody thinks about it. So, all right, we're gonna finish with this one, and then we're going to follow up on a car from last week. So we want to do some follow-up on this Duster that we featured last week. Obviously, $160,000 is a pretty crazy price for a Duster. It's funny, man. I got messages from all over the country from all different people, like, talking about my video. And, like, I actually got an email from Mike Mancini from American Muscle Car Restorations. I think I got the name right. It's Mike Mancini. It's his restoration shop. He actually appreciated the video on the car, the quality of it. But there was definitely a few things I missed on the video, which I want to go through that. But there's one thing I just wanted to highlight real quick here that I wanted to show all you. All right. I just want to get something straight here. So, yes, the Duster sold. Everybody's saying that's Yellow 71 Duster sold for $160,000. Well, it didn't. It sold for $159,500 all in, so it was not quite $160,000. The other thing to keep in mind, so, okay, let's do some math here. Sorry, I have the worst handwriting in the world. I apologize. So that's what it sold for, okay? That's what the buyer paid. Do you know what the hammer price was? $145,000. That was the hammer. So That's what it did on the stage. That's plus the 10%. Do you know what the buyer brought home? $130,500. So when everybody's talking about that, ooh, you know, I don't know what the buyer paid for it. I talked to a couple people about this. I'm pretty sure I know what the ballpark was. It was under 100, I believe. The buyer did not make $60,000 off that car. He made $30,000 on that car. Also, let's not forget this part. That's also what Mecum brought home. They made almost $30,000 commission on this car. When they sell a car every 2 minutes and sell 4,000 cars, they're doing all right. But I digress. But okay, guys, let's not talk about that number anymore. It did not sell for $160,000. It hammered for $145,000. The buyer paid that plus commission. Don't worry, there's probably sales tax on top of that too, depending on what state he's in. But the buyer only took home $130,000. So let's keep these numbers in mind when we're talking about this. That it's not just $160,000, huge amount of money. There's math here. Hopefully I did this right so I don't look like an idiot on YouTube. But I'm pretty sure I got the math right. I was not a math major in college. Sold $159,500. The hammer price is $145,000. The buyer brought home $30,500. Mecum made that on both ends. I'm assuming 10% on both ends. Every once in a while, Mecum will do deals where it's a little bit less, but that's what I'm assuming what everyone made on this. So let's please include that as part of the conversation, okay? Okay, now, price conversation over. Yes, it was still a lot of money for the car, no matter how you slice it. So I did definitely make some errors in the last video. So I learned a lot more history about this car, actually. A couple people called me. I talked to a couple people about it, and I definitely made some mistakes on the car. So a little history on it. Apparently, it was in the Portland area, and a gentleman named Scott Smith, good friend of mine. He runs Harms Auto in Spokane, Washington. He's pretty famous for his carburetor restorations, but he also is a national judge at shows. He's does the OE judging at McCacken. Good friend of mine, really nice guy. So he owned it for a while, and then the guy bought it from him who had it restored by Mike Mancini back east in Rhode Island. But the thing is, like, this car was pretty much a strippy. Like, I was assuming to get that kind of money that it was a real V24 car. So what V24 means is it's that big stripe on the hood that goes down the doors, the 340 wedge call out. I assumed it was that. It was not. This car only had a couple options. It is a 344 speed car, but it had the vinyl side moldings, not the stripe, which is kind of the kiss of death on one of these. A lot of them had that, but they're really ugly. And I don't really mind that the owner took liberties on this. Like, it's not a huge deal. You build your car how you want it. He wanted the stripes. He wanted the V24. But my opinion on the last video, had a lot to do with all the options that it had. And the fact that it did not have those options originally kind of makes me even more in the camp of it was kind of stupid money. So, but opinions are worth what you pay for them, which is not much. So, but that's kind of how I feel about it. I still feel that the car was pretty high priced, but it wasn't a really nice car. It was a West Coast car, really solid. I'm not sure how much sheet metal was changed out. A lot of people have asked, was the restoration cost more than what it sold for? And it was not. I was told that it was less than that. I'm not going to talk specific numbers here, but, I talked to several people who told me these numbers, but again, it's, I kind of consider that sub-private. I'm not going to share that with you guys, but the guy restored it. Apparently it went down to a dealer in Florida, and then the dealer in Florida is the one who sold it. And I'm told they did pretty well on the car. But again, as we go back to the math, it wasn't $160,000. The guy brought home $130,000. Then he had to ship it home and all that. So yeah, I mean, it's not like the home run that everybody thought. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Just did a little wrap up on the one car in the Duster, and we're going to do a Barrett Jackson video next weekend. After the weekend, it was a very eventful weekend down to Barrett Jackson, so stay tuned. It'll probably be, hopefully Saturday next weekend we'll release it. We'll put out a community note on Friday to let you know when to expect it. So there's a lot to talk about in Barrett Jackson, so appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate all of our new subscribers and new people watching, and appreciate all the people who've been watching us forever. Everybody have a good day.